How's it going? Jimmy wanted to say hi. I was literally contemplating making a video, and all of a sudden he jumped up on my desk. And it's funny because he never jumps up on my desk. He's not even supposed to be on my desk. Anyway, isn't he cute? He's super cute. He's a sweetie. And he's just like a rag doll. He's like a little rag doll. Anyway, I thought you guys might like to see him. He's one of those cats that kind of looks like he would be mean or whatever, but he's the most lovey-dovey cat I've ever met. Anyway. Okay, buddy, I'm going to put you down. I got to put you down. I know. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Okay. Go sleep on your tower. Okay. So here we are. Sorry it's been so long, you guys, since I've been in touch. Definitely not intentional. Just, lots of stuff going on. And I don't know. I didn't really have anything to say. So I do have a show and sell video coming up very soon, probably within the next couple days. So I'm excited about that. And I do have all of the monthly mini kits, or not monthly mini kits, all the monthly junk journal kits are all ready to go, but I never got, I ordered from USPS the padded flat rate envelopes like 3 weeks ago, and then they still haven't come. And so I realized that, oh my gosh, I haven't gotten those. So anyways, I ordered them a couple days ago. So I need to wait for those to come before I can ship out the kits. Okay, just saying. But I got them all ready, and all I have to do is stuff them in the envelopes and print labels, and they'll be good to go. So anyway, but they're all going to be priority, so that's nice. Anyway, so I've also been working on these Reader's Digest journals, not the ones that I just did the little, back to basics series on, but some other ones. I had a whole bunch. So I love making Reader's Digest journals. They really are my favorite. I don't know why. I think it's the size or the patterns, and I don't know. I just think they're so, I don't know. I just like them. Anyway, and I happened to have quite a few where the spines were in good shape. So I was able to retain the original spine on these. So, I haven't gone through all my steps on these, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of part of my process in making a series of journals like this. So currently I am doing 22 of these, and I think this is probably the biggest job I've taken on as far as making a series of journals. I think the most I've ever done as far as larger journals, like full-size journals, was like 12, maybe 18. I don't remember. But so I'm doing 22 of these. Anyway, so here's kind of what I wanted to show you guys today, what this process looks like. So I've got the journals pretty much they're all bound already. The signatures are all, stitched in. Each one is 5 signatures. I was going to do 7, but I realized that since they're not super thick signatures, that 5 would be okay. If there had been more pages in these, I probably would have done 7. So, and that just makes my thinking for that is, or my explanation for that is that it's easier when you're binding signatures into the cover to work with fewer pages at one time. You might think that it's easier to go ahead and just cram a bunch of pages into one signature and then just maybe do 3, but honestly, it's just easier to deal with if you're doing it the way I do it, where, you know, I'm not using a template and I'm not even using clips or anything. For me, it's just easier to work with more signatures with fewer pages. So anyway, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get these too thick because I had a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to be able to add in to them. These are not necessarily naked journals. I mean, there's quite a few pages that are not, you know, going to be embellished or anything like that. But there are some things that I wanted to add in that I would consider like embellishment or whatever. So I've done envelopes in the centers of a lot of the signatures. There are some pocket pages that I've done some collaging and stuff on, and just lots and lots of some really beautiful papers, I think, and pages from some really cool books. Some map pages, or these are some really neat old maps that I had. They were printed like in the 40s, and some music covers and some ledger pages. There's some French stuff in here. You know, some coffee dyed papers and things like that. So anyway, so there's quite a few pockets. I have gone through and I've already, you know, glued together where I did an envelope in the center of the signature. I've already glued that closed, and you know, on these larger craft envelopes, I did like a pocket here, and then I did a pocket here. I stitched this down the center before I stitched it into the book, but so I've got a pocket here, and then I've also got a pocket here. So I thought that would be kind of cool, like if you wanted to, you know, add an image or something here, you could do some writing and stick it in, you know, on a tag and stick it in here, or, you know, whatever. So I thought that would be kind of cool. So anyway, and then I did go through and just kind of randomly I added some little eyelets onto some of the pages that I thought I could add some charms later. I made some of the, these are some of the envelopes that I was making a while back, using some old envelopes to just make some pockets and things like that, using up some old ephemera. So anyway, so I just wanted to sort of give you guys an idea of where I was at with this, and how I was going to go about getting some of this stuff in here. So what I do is I take however many journals I'm working on, and I get together all of the stuff that I want to put in them, and then instead of taking all of that stuff and sort of laying it all out around me, what I do now, I used to do that, where I would just lay everything out, and then I would just go through each journal and kind of pull from these, you know, stacks and boxes and, you know, packs of different things, tags and things like that, that I wanted. You know, I would just sort of fill them, pulling from those piles. But when I'm doing something on this scale, it's easier for me to sort of divide up all of that stuff that I want to use, or things that I've made to go in the journals, divide it all up into however many piles I need. So if I'm doing, you know, 12 journals, I would divide that out into 12 piles, and then I would put them all together into something like this, where each one of these little bundles is stuff to go in one of the journals. Okay, so that's where I'm at now. I've done a couple of them, not many, but so I'll take this pile, and I'll sort of so I made a little mini journal to go in each one of these. So that is just I'm gonna just put it off to the side, but I'm just gonna kind of like fan out all of the stuff that I want to get in here. Each one also has one of these envelopes. So this isn't going to get attached, but it's going to go in the journal. So most likely what I'm going to do is take the little mini journal in its envelope and just sort of just tuck it into this this larger envelope that I've kind of embellished a little bit. So that's going to get set off to the side. And then this is another little handmade envelope from some of those wrapping paper books that I got. This I will probably paper clip into the journal. So that's going off to the side. And then I've just got other little random bits that I want to tuck into the pockets and stuff. Okay. And maybe some of it will also go into that little, that other envelope too. So there's a few little, these are some little index cards that I got from Louise. And I don't have any idea what it is, what they're all about, what the writing is, but it's all in French. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And so I just did a little tab on each one with an eyelet and then hung a little charm on it. So there's a couple of those for each one. Just, you know, just different types of things, different types of ephemera. These are some book pages from the Sowerby books, a book page from one of the French books. I'm including one of these little dividers in each one of these journals. I thought they would be nice if you want to use it as a writing board or something like that. So I'm just going to tuck it in there, and just some other tags and things that I've made specifically to use in these journals. So there's some things that are kind of unfinished, and that is so that, you know, you can do whatever you want to do with this stuff. This is things that I printed off, things I've scanned and then just printed some flower images and, you know, things like that. So anyway, so I just basically kind of spread it all out in front of me. And then I'm just going to go through the journal and fill the pockets. So this is kind of like my favorite part of making journals is, you know, stuffing all the pockets. There are some tall pockets in these journals that I made. And I folded these are like full pages that I folded up so that I knew they would fit into those tall pockets, and I'll show you those in a second whenever I get to them. So I wanted to also use some of the postcards that I bought. I think I got these ones on eBay, but some French postcards. So these are, you know, they're not all French stuff, but there is quite a bit of French ephemera in here. So just want to look at how far that stuff is going to stick out. And I think that'll actually be okay. Even though it doesn't, you know, it kind of sticks out from the pocket. I think it's fine. It doesn't come out past the cover, so that's okay. Just adding little, this is like a little piece of a French ledger that I disassembled, folded them up, and each journal gets a page. Oh, there's a pocket. I am including some of these Tuna Dex cards in these journals. Each one's going to have one. And these are, to be honest, these were gifted to me, and I have seriously just been hoarding them for quite a while. Because this was an amazing find that my friend had at a thrift store, and I felt like so lucky that she shared them with me. If you're curious about those, they're called Tuna Dex cards, and if you look these up on eBay, you'll see. Just look them up on eBay and see what those are going for, because I thought it was incredibly generous that she shared those with me. So Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for those, because they are really, really cool. So I'm not sure where in the journal I want to put the writing board, or I don't know if this is even going to be a writing board. It just is what it is, but I'm not sure where I want to put it. Oh, and I did find some of those little clips that you fold over, and then like if you want to clip a few pages together, some of those little aluminum, like, I don't remember what they call them, but one of my viewers sent me a link to those on Amazon. So I think that looks pretty cool with all this handwriting art right there. So I'm really just trying to add something into each one of the pockets, just to indicate that it's a pocket. Wherever I had any kind of a little tear on any of the paper, because this is all original, you know, old paper, I tried to reinforce that with a little piece of that document repair tape. So it, you know, if you know, if you buy one of my journals, or if you work with a lot of, you know, authentic like ephemera and stuff, it's not a bad idea to pick up some of that tape, because it really is almost invisible. It's pretty cool, and it's really strong. It's just like a paper tape, but it's very transparent. I don't know if I'll leave this here. That seems like it's a little too tall. Let's see. Let's find something else. Let's put one of these in there. I'm just going to turn it backwards. There we go. So I will go through and tuck something, some kind of little tag or you know, piece of ephemera into each one of these pockets. And then my next step will be to come back and add some other, like if I want to add other types of embellishments into them, like you know, like maybe some little postage stamps, or if I want to staple some little tickets, or maybe even stamp with my label stamps, stamp some label shapes onto some of the pages, or glue some other labels onto certain pages, things like that. Or maybe, you know, if I want to add little bits that could be like little tuck spots or whatever. So I go through these journals probably a good, easily 5 or 6 times, just making my, you know, completing a certain layer of work, you know. So I will do this for each one of these journals. I did some kind of like these were the edges of some envelopes that, oops, hold on, this is stuck a little bit, where I was doing some altered envelopes, and this was just the edge of the envelope that I cut off, and I just made them into these little tuck spots that I glued onto some of the pages. I think I missed a pocket. Let's see if this one will fit in here. One's a little tall. Hold on, I think I missed a pocket. Yep, right there. There we go. So So yeah, so then I will come in and, you know, add little tickets or different little embellishments on some of the pages, or maybe even do some stamping and that kind of stuff. So these are those tall pockets, and I want this stuff to kind of stick out the top of the journal. So it's really just a paper bag that I folded in half vertically, and then did some stitching along each side here so that my stuff wouldn't, you know, slip through, and left the gusset on the side of the bag, just, you know, to allow for expansion. And then a pocket on the back. And in a lot of them, I think I'm just going to add that little writing board type of deal into that pocket. So I've got some leftover stuff. I've got at least one item in each pocket. So I have some leftover things that I will paper clip into the journal, or I may put some of it, like this little guy, I think would fit, you know, this would fit into this envelope. I haven't obviously sealed it up yet, but, you know, just add some of these little items that are left out of my stack, and either paper clip them in, or, you know, add them into these envelopes. And then each one will just have one of these envelopes tucked into the front, you know. And I may wind up adding some more stuff into these, maybe some more little labels and things like that, that you know, the end user can play with. So so that's how that's going to go. I'm going to go through all of these, 22 of them, and get them all to this point. And then after I do the little embellishments, or, you know, little tags and tuck spots and stuff like that, then I'll come back and add some charms, and maybe some tabs here and there. I don't know, some paper tabs. And if I do paper tabs, I'll probably wind up doing eyelets and charms on those too. And then, of course, I've got to do a charm on the front, because that's just what I have to do. And then I'll figure out what kind of closure I'm going to do on these. And yeah, and I think I'm going to do book corners too. Might as well, you know, just go all out. That's kind of what I wanted to do with these. I wanted to really just really take them to the limit, you know, and take my time, and not rush myself to get them done. So anyway, I'm going to work on the rest of I'm going to work on these probably for the rest of the night. I may do another video if, you know, people might be interested to see how I'm going to actually finish them. So if I get to that point, I'll go ahead and turn the camera on, and Jimmy and I will come back and say hello. Okay, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to tell you. I love you, and I guess if I remember, I'll just tell you later. Okay. All right. Bye for now.